going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Vikings are finding themselves in a spot that is a very good problem to have. Slinging Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback, is having obviously a career season, playing like a top 5 to 7 quarterback in the NFL, looking like a true franchise guy. Ave Sam Darnold. And yes, Sammy Darnold is playing himself into some cash this offseason, whether long-term deal here or somewhere else, whether franchise tag here, we'll certainly see. But of course, the Vikings have an odd dynamic because they have JJ McCarthy waiting in the wings, coming off of meniscus surgery. Also, it bothers the bejesus out of me that national media jabroni haircuts still refer to McCarthy's injection as a second surgery. It's not a second surgery. And even like the NFL power rankings had it listed as ACL initially before they changed it to the meniscus. So stupid. But yeah, the Vikings traded up for JJ McCarthy, number 10 overall, highest drafted quarterback in NFL history, 21 years young, has all the potential in the world. Kevin O'Connell has already said that he is the future franchise guy, but things change, right? And slinging Sammy Darnold playing his balls off certainly does change things. And it is an odd dynamic. Do you keep Darnold for another year? Do you extend him long term because he is the type of quarterback that you've looked for forever? Can he sustain the success? Can he build upon it? Do you trust JJ McCarthy to reach the heights that Darnold has reached this year and even further? Lots of questions, but they're all good questions. Like I understand the old trope: if you have two quarterbacks, you have none. That's so stupid. You have two good quarterbacks. It really is dumb. But what is even more dumb is, I'm on board with if the Vikings decide that Darnold is the guy for the foreseeable future, franchise tagging him, leveraging him to a one-year deal, maybe even a multi-year extension, who knows. But something I can't abide by is the dumb notion of, hey, let's trade JJ McCarthy instead. Now, inversely, you're riding out with JJ McCarthy and tagging and trading Darnold. That certainly is viable and certainly could be the most realistic and most likely outcome of this scenario. But trading McCarthy at this stage, no. Even though JJ McCarthy, it would be interesting because he would be the number one quarterback taken this year's draft. I like Shedeur Sanders. I like me some Cam Ward. Jalen Moreau is interesting as well. But McCarthy would be the first quarterback selected. He would be the number one overall pick. So keep that in mind. And McCarthy in camp, as well as in the one preseason game, he is good to go. And you drafted him. He is the future. Knee injury certainly complicated things, but also you don't have concerns about the knee long term. Like maybe in the back of your mind a little bit, sure, but no. JJ McCarthy is going to be ready to rock and roll in 2025, and can he step into the shoes of Darnold right away? And with this coaching and with these weapons, and have a facsimile of Darnold's 2024 or even better, right? And I do think that McCarthy, given age, given tools, I think that his ceiling is higher than Darnold as of right now, but I understand, like, hey, you have this new toy, you want to unbox it, you want to do everything, but also the other side is you have bird in hand in Darnold versus you potentially have two in the bush with JJ McCarthy. So it is going to be something that's going to be a tough decision, but I absolutely do not see them trading McCarthy. I think that would be lunacy, and frankly, I think that would be inviting decades of bad karma upon the Vikings. Like, this would be like the Red Sox trading Babe Ruth to the stupid Yankees, right? And you just watch. So first off, JJ McCarthy has the personality where he would take it stoically, but in the back of his mind, he would take it as a huge slight, and then he would become the next Tom Brady. And of course, the Vikings would be like, oh, we're the dumbasses that traded the next Tom Brady because Darnold had one good year. Even though Darnold, I still think can have sustained success, but a lot of things have to be right around him. That's why I do worry about Darnold, signing in free agency with the Raiders or the Giants or the Saints or whatever. He's not going to have the same support system, so who really knows? But all I know is that McCarthy needs to be a major part of this future. And guess what? If the Vikings franchise tag Darnold and he sits another year, so be it. If the Vikings even do a small extension, if they convince Darnold to take the Baker Mayfield deal, 3 years, $100 million, that's perfectly fine too, because Darnold didn't have his breakout year until age 27, and JJ McCarthy is only 21, going to be 22 in 2025, and the Vikings need to have some amalgamation of 2 out of these 3 quarterbacks in house. Where if Darnold's back, you obviously got JJ. If Darnold leaves, then maybe you got Daniel Jones in that mix. But the only constant is JJ McCarthy, even though he probably could fetch, the highest return. I could tag and trade with Darnold. Maybe gets you a first. JJ McCarthy would net multiple first-round picks right now, given the composition of the draft class for quarterbacks, as well as the free agent market, which only would be Darnold. I mean, that's what it would be. But it would be so beyond stupid, and it's something that the Vikings wouldn't even entertain. Kevin O'Connell wouldn't allow it. Kwesi wouldn't even allow it. I mean, those were the guys that went up and got McCarthy, so no, that certainly is a non-starter, even if slinging Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback, signs a multi-year deal. I just don't see that, and it's just, no, ain't going to happen. No. And, hey, say Darnold signs that 3-year deal. Say we ride him for 2 years, trade him for picks before the 3rd season of that contract. JJ McCarthy is only going to be 23. Rookie deals with the 5th-year option are 5 years long, right? And I know everyone goes back to the, blah, 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 Jordan Love, blah, 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 Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes even sat for a year type comparisons. Like, things will happen when it'll happen. Plus, potentially the best of both worlds would be if Darnold is back in some capacity next season, and McCarthy is able to sit and learn fully healthy. So getting those practice reps in, coming in for cleanup duty after the Vikings are up 40, I just said duty. And also, hey, God forbid, knock on all wood, if something happens at the quarterback position, you literally have a tailor-made starter to replace him, right? And the most important position in the NFL is quarterback 1. You can make a very good case that the second most important position is quarterback 2, right? So having both Darnold and McCarthy back in 2025 in some way, shape, or form would not be the end of the world. It simply wouldn't. Like we said, the whole trope of, well, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. No, you have 2 good quarterbacks. I think that Kevin O'Connell, he has the empathy. He understands people. I think that he could make this work if they do go down this road. But obviously a lot depends on what Darnold does down the stretch, and we'll certainly see. But no, like JJ McCarthy is going to be the freaking future, and he's staying put no matter what. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. It as muy stupido to trado JJ McCarthy-o. Ahora. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys know what to do. Skull, production value.